I do love that Lewis is just in the middle of
With no
all of our fans. With no fans.
Lewis doing their best John Cena impression. 10 out of 10.
You can't see me.
After this, you can't see me.
Oh, goodness. Hello, Europe, Australia, and the world. Welcome to the CUP ESC, part of the Currently Unnamed Podcast Network, where we put the real and the tea into ESC from top to bottom. Honey! The tongue pop could have been better, but it's fine. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. I am drinking, shocking to no one, coffee.
Wow.
Hazelnut chai in my beautiful Saguaro National Park mug.
Ooh, that's a nice mix.
Thank you. Yeah, because I don't have any country mugs. So the next best thing I'm going to do is bring a state mug. It's got Arizona on here. This is also the start of my official plea to bring back the American Song Contest because it was really fun. So yeah, bring back the American Song Contest, please. Thank you. Also, cup mug. Woo! Mine has a duck on it now. And you could get... Yeah, I got a duck the other day at Dutch Roast, so it's
cute.
It's a little duck. You could get your cup mug or any of our other cup merch, duck not included, unfortunately, at lonagcreations.etsy.com. Link is in the description below. We do ship domestically within North America and worldwide, Europe, Australia, and the world. So there are no excuses. Go get your merch, period. Thank you very much.
We got that fixed now.
Yay!
Hello, I'm Lewis. I'm a British king here to do another Eurovision thing. I'm excited to finally, now that we're out of national final season, the longest national final season on record, I believe. No, it does feel like that. Listen, love that you're back, Montenegro.
It might be.
Montenegro, love that you're back, but girl, there was no need to do that too early.
Malta did it last year. They're just taking their gig.
Right. And then Malta just decided, actually, we're going to do it at a normal time this year.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, I'm very excited to delve into this. I'm also very excited to let everyone on our viewership thing know that we are officially accredited at Mankagan, the pre-party for Eurovision. So we're going to be conducting interviews with past and current Eurovision artists over there. So I'm very excited to do all that. Yay! We're finally gonna get an appearance of Kano on the channel. No, don't get me. I am so excited to meet Alessandro. So excited. I'm the rest of them. Don't get me wrong.
Honestly, all of them.
Yes, but absolutely, Mother Queen Alessandro.
How fitting, because we are talking about Norway today.
We are.
Yeah.
We are.
And we're meeting Kyle. I'm meeting Kyle. So yeah.
And we will be talking about him much later in the video.
Later in the video.
Yeah. Hola, I am Eduardo, the Mexican representative of this podcast. I am here to talk shit and get hit. Today, I am just drinking some water because it's late enough for me to not be able to drink coffee. And also, we're already going to be talking about coffee today, so I don't want to bring more coffee into my life. That song is just enough coffee for me. Thank you very much. But I'm excited to talk about all of these songs.
Can I just say, I love it. If please, Logan, can we have a compilation every time Eduardo and Aneesa are on the same recording, and every time we do the get hit thing, and Aneesa's like 5 seconds late every single time.
I forgot that was a canned bit.
Well, hi everybody, it's Brook and I'm passionate about pop culture. I'm excited because this semifinal is going to get a wide range of emotions from me, from apathy to excitement to devout hatred. Like everything is in this first half of Semi 1. You're really going to get a broad spectrum of Brook here on this day. I am drinking once again to fight the regime a vanilla Coke because
Ooh.
the regime will be brought down one day, and every day Logan shows up with coffee is one day closer to breaking down the Coke Zero regime.
I mean, I have a 2-liter of Coke Zero in my fridge, so maybe I'll show up next week with Coke Zero. Who knows?
Do you have lemon Coke over there yet?
No.
Oh my god.
Do you have the orange?
I think we did.
Coke over there?
Yeah.
I think we do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think we had lemon Coke as like a short time, like limited time thing. But I don't know. We don't have it because I would buy it that as my preferred Coke of choice. If we did have it.
Yeah.
Kamusta ka na? Ako si Sam. I am your Toronto flap who also loves K-pop. And in my lovely cup mug, I flop.
Makes more sense than flop.
I have some Fuse iced tea. Because Canada decided it was a good idea to discontinue Nestea. I'm really sad about it. So to all my Canadians, F's in the chat, please.
Indeed.
Yeah. Oh, but yes, Logan did mention before that obviously you can get all of our merch at lanogcreations.etsy.com. Not only do we have a mug, but if it is killing you if it's killing you slow, a la Don's Egghead King, instead of cup mug, you can get a cup bottle. Cup bottle. There we go. I got a bit.
Bottle. We love the new can bits.
We will be talking about that song as well. So
yeah,
we'll
another song. all of the good bits. Yes. Yes, I'm so happy we're finally here for the first of our 4 full contest reviews for Eurovision 2025. This is the first one, so obviously we are starting with the first half of semi-final 1 and 1 extra song because they put 2 of the big 6 in the second half of the running order. So, it's fine.
Okay,
but yeah.
Quick pause about that. If I'm Kyle, I'm pissed. I'm mad. I would be fuming because you drew and you got promised you were going to be in the second half of the show. This is some bullshit.
And then you're technically not in the second half of the show.
Holy.
Technically.
Technically not in the second half of the show.
If you get rid of the auto qualifiers, then maybe.
If you get rid of the auto qualifiers, he is exactly halfway through the
exactly
show.
halfway.
He's like literally the middle.
He is the half.
He's the Natalia Barbu of this semifinal, okay?
Once we get halfway through Kyle's song, we're in the second half.
Robbed mother. I love her.
Robbed?
Yes.
Well,
I love her.
Well, after she said that Eurovision was demonic and only for homosexuals and deviants, I don't know if we can call her mother.
No.
Mother. No.
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
I mean, she's not wrong. You do have to get naked to qualify for the Eurovision Grand Final.
Unless you're Ronella Hayati.
Yes.
And then it's horrible. Anyway, subscribe if you love this chaos, because this is what this entire video is going to be. But yes, in today's video, we are covering Iceland, Poland, Slovenia, Estonia, Spain as our only Big 5 and host country entry, Ukraine, Sweden, Portugal, and Norway in this video. Stay tuned because we will be releasing 1 video every weekend in the month of April because it's very convenient when we started dropping these videos. So it's 1 every weekend. It's very, it pleases me very much when we started doing these and how it's going to happen. So I'm very happy with it. So every weekend in the month of April, we will be dropping one of these videos in preparation for the contest. Very excited, very lovely, very wonderful. So let us know all of your thoughts on these songs down in the comments below. Let us know what you think of our thoughts after you listen to our thoughts in the comments as well. And yes, subscribe, like, share, do all those things. Check out the description where you can find all of our audio podcasts, our other YouTube channels, because we do put out content on 3 other channels for almost all things drag, competitive reality TV, and WWE wrestling. And check out our Patreon. We've got a lot of fun exclusive content, early access stuff coming very, very soon. And after this Eurovision season, we will have some fun Patreon content for this channel as well. We're just a little bit busy with this season. So just a little busy. But yes. Are we ready to dive into this season?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
get the boat rowing.
I don't think we're ready yet, actually.
Oh.
Now we're ready.
Oh!
Ah!
Logan
Hey,
said
that's cute.
budget.
That's real cute.
I said I stumbled upon a resource and it's too cute not to use.
That's cute, though.
Oh my
So,
god. I love it.
Yeah, I was making thumbnails the other day and stumbled upon this really cool resource from another Eurovision YouTube channel. So big, huge shout out to Rossi Vision, an Australian YouTube channel.
Love Rossi. I can't wait to use it until like halfway.
All of their links are down in the description below, including where you can also get these backgrounds. So yeah, thank you for making these free to use for everyone, and you're phenomenal. So we will have them for all of our videos, and I'm just super excited to use them. They make me really happy.
Oh my gosh,
So-
they've even got each individual flag animation.
Yep.
Got it. Oh my god.
Yeah, so
Love it.
we've got them
Oh, that's
for
cool.
every song we're talking about today, and all of them.
Oh, that's exciting. Okay.
Yep. I'm fucking thrilled. So now we're ready
We are ready.
to dive into our first song. Opening semifinal 1
Roll that boat.
is Iceland Vaeb with Roa. They obviously won Song of Kempnen this year, getting the Icelandic spot at Eurovision, even though, you know, Vaeb is lovely. Vaeb is great. Lovely boys. Lovely boys. Halfdan and Matthias, lovely boys. Some of us, most of us, all of us think
but
someone
Lewis.
else. All of us but Lewis think that, you know, someone else should have won Song of Kempnen this year, but that's beyond the point. They won. They are opening semifinal 1. And yeah, that's where we're at with Troa.
Openers, I'm very happy for this to be kicking off the show. I think.
And the first song not in English to open a semifinal since 2013.
Yes.
Wow.
This is the first
Yeah.
one that's really chosen by the producers, I'm pretty sure. So
yes, first
non.
non-English.
Yeah. So
I mean, my standpoint hasn't changed, and that shouldn't shock anyone. I've always found this a very fun song. I found this quite vibey. If you pardon the pun. I think, if anything, my opinion has grown since the national final selection. Probably mostly because of the boys themselves. They are very fun on the socials. They are very you can tell that an act is putting their everything into the Eurovision campaign. It helps me as a viewer of Eurovision. It grows my like my thoughts on an artist is 10 times more if they're putting everything into Eurovision. They're incredible boys. They're mixing with all the rest of the acts. I love watching their TikTok lives and their Instagram lives. Their random YouTube lives where they're just in the middle of traffic.
That's so fun. Okay, wait, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, but the song itself, I've always been a fan of that kind of style of music. It reminds me of the DJ Scooter, that kind of music. In a way, kind of Yosty as well. Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah, we've been knew that Lewis is a fan. And when this originally came out, like when I heard the studio version of the song, I really enjoyed it because Vaeb has already tried to go to Eurovision before. They tried it last year, and I think I wasn't the biggest fan of their song last year, but this year when I heard it, I was vibing with it. Yeah, this year I was kind of, excuse the pun yet again, I was kind of vibing with it, but once the live performance kind of happened, I saw some issues that did occur. You know, it wasn't the cleanest performance live, so that does worry me when it comes to Eurovision. I do agree with you, Lewis, though. My perception of this voice has grown because of their like social media presence, of their Instagram lives, of their TikToks, of them going up to random people in Iceland just asking if they watch Eurovision and asking for them to vote for them. Like the random Minecraft Let's Play that they posted out of nowhere.
Yes.
Like I've been living for the content they've been giving us. And I truly think that like I really, really appreciate when a Eurovision artist, like you can tell that they love Eurovision. And I love it when you can tell. And I can tell that Vaeb, like both of them, just love Eurovision and they love that they're here and they love what they're doing. And so I truly do hope the best for them. However, I do worry for their qualification like chances and for how well they will do just based on the performance that we saw on stage in Song Bakepment. So I do wonder how that will evolve and how that will grow and if it will be better on Eurovision, and if it will be enough for them to qualify.
I'm less worried for them based on a few days ago when we got the draw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. I when they first revealed this as the opener, I was really happy because I think this song actually makes for a great opener, given that it'll bring up that energy immediately. Excuse me. I actually thought when I first heard the song, I was like, oh, this is very Vaeb. given the song last year, this doesn't sound too far off, but I also do like it better than Movie Scene. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed their final performance. I really hope they get to keep kind of the funness, if you will, of that staging. I really enjoyed that staging, and I hope it translates well over to the Eurovision stage.
So currently ranked on my list at number 28 on the year. Hey, to be clear, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not great either. Which is kind of how I feel about this song, honestly. I think there are aspects of this that I enjoy. I like the fun element here that they're bringing. My problem is their live vocal during Song of Camden was not good, and we need to acknowledge that. It was pitchy, it was flat and sharp in different areas. They were just kind of offline the entire time. I do enjoy the content they've been putting out since they were selected. Specifically their delightful cover of Ya Ya Ding Dong. If you have not listened to that,
it's that, but it's also the fact that they recreated the whole bloody scene.
Exactly.
It's camp.
They're camp.
It's so camp.
Now, if they can improve their live vocal, I would love for them to make the final. I think it'd be really cool. I think it'd be great. Problem is, I don't know if they are gonna have the ability to do that, and we'll see what happens come May. Yeah, it's just really not particularly something I'm a huge fan of. Even the studio version. Sorry.
I think if they put their minds to it, they can achieve it.
Yeah. I've been on an interesting journey with Vaeb this year because I'm actually in the camp where I actually prefer movie scene. I really liked movie scene last year. I was a big fan of it. When they won, obviously, I was in the camp. I wanted Storm Chaser, but I was in the camp going into the final where I wanted Fire to win Song of the
Same.
So when Vaeb won, I was a little conflicted because up until that point, I hadn't really connected with the song. So this was one of the entries this year that I had to take a little bit extra time connecting to. And I actually feel that way about a lot of entries we're going to talk about in this video. It took me a little bit to connect to some of these songs. I'm still not the highest on this entry. I like it a lot more than I used to, though, I will say. Mm-hmm. A lot of it for me, I think, has to do with being able to connect with the lyrics, because when we did our Song that Kept in review, there were no English translations of the song, and they only performed it ever in Icelandic, which I love, again, that they were one of the only acts that still sang in Icelandic from the semifinal to the final. Being able to go through the lyrics, I find that there's a lot, like there's a story here, and I find the lyrics a lot more relatable. There's a story here of like perseverance that I didn't get from the performance. It's this like upbeat pop song, like fun, energetic performance. But at the end of the day, there's this like, the chorus is rowing here, rowing there, rowing through the waves. There's nothing that can stop me. That's pretty powerful, despite it being this like electronic, upbeat, kind of dumb sounding song, for lack of a better term. And there's something that I really am positively responding to with that. So, you know, and I really like the guys. I think they are serving pure camp. They know what they're here to do. They love Eurovision. They're understanding the assignment of Eurovision preseason, and I really, really appreciate that from them. I like them more than I like the song, I'll be honest. If this qualifies, you know, I'm not going to be upset because I like them a lot. And I'm connecting with them a lot more than the song necessarily, but I don't dislike the song by any means of the imagination. So that's kind of where I land with it.
Slay.
Yeah. And now, back change.
Oh my God. We're in Poland.
We're in Poland to talk about Justyna. I'm just gonna say. I'm just gonna say.
Justyna Steczkowska.
Steczkowska. Mother Justyna. Mother Justyna with Gaja. Obviously, we know that Justyna literally competed 30 years ago at Eurovision. So she is back 30 years later.
I called Mother Diva of the world.
After 30 tries.
After 30 tries. Competed in Eurovision 1995 with Sama, which got 18th. Yeah, we know she's going to have 3 dancers on stage with her again, I believe, doing lots of spinning.
I believe it's 4.
According to what we have on Eurovision World, again, shout out to Eurovision World, big fan.
Oh.
What we have listed here is that she will have 3 dancers.
Okay.
I believe it was 4. I believe you are correct in the national final performance.
Yes.
But according to what we have here currently, it sounds like it's going to be 3 dancers for.
Okay, got it.
And then we do know that her stage director is Rafal Tailecki. It doesn't sound like he's done. There's no notable listing of other Eurovision staging, directing, anything like that. Also, I forgot to bring it up earlier, but I don't know if any of you all clocked this, but this half of the semifinal is unique and completely different to any other half of the semifinal this year, because every single song in this half of the semifinal we're talking about today was a national selection choice.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I forgot
Oh.
that I was going to actually talk about where we ranked all of these songs
Oh.
when we did our rankings.
Oh.
At the time of filming.
Because I kind of want to see who had the most points. So by the end, when we do the fourth video, I'm gonna add up all the points and see relative to the ones we did, because I know Brook didn't score all of them. So I will do it relative to that.
Yeah.
So for Vaeb, I'm starting off on a great note. So for Vaeb, Lewis gave it the most points at 10. Eduardo gave it 8. Aneesa gave it 6. Brook gave it 3. I gave it 1.
Out of 10 songs, mind you. That was Logan's last place.
What's my
Wow.
last place? So that's fun. That's lovely. That's phenomenal for me. A great start. A lovely start for me. How great. And it just gets better for me. When we go to the Polish national selection, Gaja by Justyna, Aneesa and Eduardo both gave this 12 points, and Lewis and I both gave it 3 points.
And I didn't score Poland. There were
Brook didn't score. You know what? Based on that, should we go to Brook? Because this will be a fresh.
Sure.
Actually, yes.
I am much more in agreement with Aneesa and Eduardo than I am with Logan and Lewis.
That's fair.
Yeah, I really enjoy this song. I wanted Justyna to be representing Poland last year, instead of that mess of a staging we got from Luna. I'm sorry. I have made my career as a tower hater. I will keep that energy. Beside the point, currently this is my 14th on the year. I really love this. Her vocal is insane. I don't know how she doesn't fall over. She is spinning a lot in this performance, but you know what? Work, diva.
I mean, then again, with 30 years of stage experience or so with Eurovision, right?
With 30 years of spinning, anything's possible.
Yeah.
A little dizzy, Roo.
Probably know she's probably getting used to that.
I'm a little dizzy, Roo. Yeah. But no, I mean, also 95 has one of my favorite winners of all time from Nocturne. So if
95 is Nocturne. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Great winner. So I'm happy that she is getting a chance to write a previous write, because I think Nocturne is a great song. But I'm hoping that she has the opportunity to show up a little bit more. I am pissed as hell at the EBU for this placement in the running order. But you know,
I saw the reaction.
We all were mad.
So did a lot of you. By the way, thank you for the great turnout on that video.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Because Lewis and I were on call with each other when
I told them. Yeah, I was like,
we heard.
It's like. I was like, me and Aneesa and Megs have watched it. They would be here, but they got to watch the rest of the floor. Anyway,
I was like, we're missing a notable person. They didn't decide to show up.
Sorry.
But I unfortunately
it was for the floor.
The floor
of all things, the floor.
Hosted by Rob Lowe.
No, I'm just judging you. It's fine.
Yes. I love that show, personally. I just don't like it's on Fox, but we move.
Anyway.
Gaja.
I unfortunately still haven't caught the Gaja bug. I still haven't. Not through lack of trying. I'm trying, I promise. I'm not sure what it is. There's elements that I definitely do like. When I say elements, I mean the choir. I love the choir. I love a good choir. I feel like I need to see this in Basel before I can fully form an opinion. I think a lot of my opinions are based on what I'm seeing rather than what I'm hearing most of the time. Well, so it does help having a good song that I can, but I think with a song like this, I need to see it how it's being staged before I can fully form an opinion.
Okay. Well, unlike Lewis, I have caught the Gaja bug.
Yes.
So we're 50%, but I have caught the Gaja bug. Yeah, I do really like it. I understand why I had the opinion I did at that time. I definitely get it. But this was another song I had to spend a lot of time with. Just because I had a bit of an issue with the combination of English and Polish in this song at first. I find the combination of them really good now. There are still a few things that I have a bit of an issue with. It's specifically in the studio version. When I listen back to the national final performance, I don't have as many issues with it. And the main issue is actually the first verse. When she's in her lower register in the studio version, you can't really understand the Polish lyrics all that much. But in the live performance, I didn't have as many issues with it, which I was happy about. I really like how he's able to switch between Polish and English very fluidly. Lyrically, I think it's really cool. I'm the creator of your DNA, your soul's destruction, and your salvation. Like, that's a cool lyric.
Mm-hmm.
And then the chanting at the end is my favorite part of this song. Like, all of that is so good. And then it being all of it being old Slavic words, like all of that chanting called Agni, being magical chants that in the Slavic tradition were believed to bring like health, strength, and energy. Like, I think that just ties into the lore of the song, and like that all makes me really like the song even more. There's so much tradition and lore in this year of Eurovision that just makes me like I nerd out over these things in Eurovision, and it's just so cool to experience that. And like, I love getting to celebrate a year where we have so many, I'll just say, languages other than English. Like, this is one of the first years since I've been covering Eurovision as a podcaster where there's so many songs that are not in English or in like other native languages, and it's just so cool to see. Now I'm finally like, cool, I get to nerd out over these things. It's just really cool to see. So yeah, it's much higher on my list than it was before, and I'm really happy about it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
fuck.
My bad. No, go first. You can go first.
It's fine. I was just gonna say, if I had a nickel for every person in this first half of the semifinal that was flying on their national final performance, I'd have 3 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened 3 times. And Justyna is the first one that we will be talking about. Yeah, I love this song from the beginning, and my love for it has just kept growing and growing, just because of the fact that it's Justyna and like she finally gets another shot at doing this again, and I'm just so excited because it's so different from what she had in 1985, and so seeing this change and seeing the growth from Justyna is so interesting and so fun to see. I think the song is so big, it's so dramatic, it's just epic in every sense of the word, and so I think it would really like call everyone's attention like very quickly. I also think that there's not really another like girly pop kind of like high energy song here other than
no,
Melody.
There's 2 women in this semifinal total.
Yeah, and like
one of them is in a duo. She's the only solo female act in this semifinal period.
Yeah, that's where I was going. Like, I feel like all of the people that tend to
yeah, there's 2
technically
competitive. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, competitive. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was going. Like, I feel like this is the only song competing in the semifinal that it's like has this audience, and so I think there's gonna be a lot of people supporting Justyna, not only because she's already a well-renowned artist, but because she's the only one doing this type of song. And so I think she's gonna, even though she's in the death slot, I still see her doing kind of well. Maybe not as well as she would have done in a better spot, but I still see her doing well. The song is still great. I wonder how the staging will change because they're of course not going to allow anyone to fly. So I wonder what we're going to do in this situation. But I'm very excited for Justyna. I think Justyna is going to do great. I'm still a huge fan of this song, and I'm so happy that Logan has caught the Gaia bug. I'm so happy. And I will force Lewis into liking Justyna whether he likes it or not. So
I think if and when, and unfortunately this year it's if we get rehearsal footage, I think that's when we come back. I think that's when Lewis will be like, okay. It'll be like 3 days before the fucking contest. Lewis will be like, Poland. And we'll be like, finally. Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, no. So much like Eduardo, I have I have caught the Gaia bug from the very beginning. Yeah. So I watched her national performance, and then I also watched her performance in the Nordic Eurovision party. Just because I wanted to compare her vocals live. Because I still mainly because I still in the national I still heard like a good amount of production on it. Stage presence very strong. Very stable vocals, which was the main factor for me. I also in the national final, whatever that old man in the singing in the background was doing, like I really liked what he added to it. The backup dancers are kind of cute. Hear me out.
See if they make it to Eurovision. Who knows?
We'll see. We'll see. The bearded one probably because he was also at the Nordic Eurovision party performance. Also, I feel like the vocals are getting better. Between the two performances because in the recording, obviously there's a point where she hits these like high soprano notes, and so in the Nordic Eurovision performance, she actually goes for she doesn't go all the way to the high note, but she gets close there, where it's still in key, which I thought was really cool. Yeah, no. Also, it's kind of it. I searched thanks to Chat GPT. Basically, it's like obviously based on Greek mythology of like God being this personification of the earth, and it's how of like we have to do a better job at taking care of the environment.
Oh my god, Greta will love this.
Not Greta.
How dare you?
So,
to your point as well, Eduardo, this is going to stand out so fiercely in this semifinal that even though she has the death spot, I am not worried for her. At all. Like I am not worried. Like I think she's perfectly fine where she's at. So.
Yeah, I agree.
I love the law of the death spot. It's giving Big Brother when they like hold the door open.
It's giving, yeah. It's
Whoever walked in first, yeah.
Well, the curse got broken last year, so hopefully it'll stay that way. Because I don't think I can deal with her not being in the final.
Right, I agree. I agree. Shall we move on?
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking for a long time.
Background change.
And
Next
we don't
up,
have much time left.
Well, yes. How much time do we have left? Let's find out. Next up on our list is Slovenia. This is Klemen. How much time do we have left? The winner of EMA this year.
The first featured 2025 artist that I'm interviewing.
Can I answer the question that was just posed?
How much time do we have left, Brook?
We have 44 days. That's until this first semifinal.
Oh, good. Jesus
Well, I guess we
Christ.
do know.
Jesus
I know
Christ,
this ain't
that's-
making the final. I know this ain't making my playlist. This is my last place out of every song that we are covering this year. Well, okay, second to last, because we're gonna lightly touch on a country and then move on from it. I believe is what we had agreed to.
Okay.
I believe so,
Okay.
yeah.
But beside the point, out of the 36 countries competing at Eurovision this year, this is my least favorite outside of one. And I'll be honest, that one, if she wasn't the way that she is as a human being, I'd probably like her song a little bit more, and I'd probably have it above this too.
Well, Julie,
I think this is so flavorless in every sense of the word. There is nothing here to bring me back.
Okay.
Vocal is passable, I guess. It's nothing special. It's dated. It's nothing. Like, this is a nothing burger. And this is coming from Slovenia, who last year had one of the most, like, decadently flavorful songs in the entire contest. Even if I wasn't a huge fan of Veronica, I can acknowledge that it was, one, Raven's vocal was incredible, and two, the song had a point, and there was something there for me to latch onto. There's nothing I want to latch onto here, and I will be very delighted when this doesn't qualify for the final. Sorry, I'm going to be mean.
Oh,
No,
And also,
you're
I wouldn't
right.
be as mean if you didn't do some of the crap you did after you got selected. For the-
yeah, yeah. There's also the layer. I was gonna say before you dove in. We also did our points before. I would like to acknowledge our points in the national selection before we found out that he was not a lovely person. Would like that acknowledged. Because I gave him 10 points in that national selection, and I would just like it known I didn't know he was a great person. But also Lewis gave him 8 points, Aneesa gave him 4 points, Eduardo gave him 3 points, and Brook gave him 2 points. So I would just like that now.
Yeah. This is just not great in any way, shape, or form. And yeah, it's really sandwiched between two really high energy songs. So Klemen is kind of, how do you say this? Absolutely fucked. There's truly no coming back from this. There's already like other slower songs and like slower tempo songs in this, not only in this half, but in this semifinal, that are a lot better than how much time do we have left. And then if the staging is anything similar to what we had in the national final, it's not gonna be great. Because the only interesting part that we had about the staging in the national final was him flying. And like I said, for Justyna, they're not gonna allow people to fly because of like safety reasons. So the most interesting thing that Klemen did, they're not gonna allow him to do on Eurovision. So he's just gonna be the same thing that Natalia Barbu did. And he's just gonna stand in the middle of the stage and just do really weird hand movements that he did in the national final. Yeah, this song just hits you over the head with the message. And I said it when we covered it. Sometimes I respect it, but the more and more I listen to it, the less and less I like it, unfortunately. So it's just not going anywhere for me. And I don't see this doing well in any way, shape, or form.
I could say the same. Yeah. Especially when it's sandwiched in between two songs which give a lot more energy than this one. I liked when he was upside down and his face got red.
God, that's a horrible thing to say.
No, sorry. No, but given that, the vocals were still really impressive.
Okay,
Yeah.
We can edit that out. We can edit that out. We can edit that out.
Was upside down and his face got red.
Jesus.
We can edit that out.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think we can. I don't think
Can we
we
edit?
can.
We can set the recording off her.
No.
Ooh.
Logan, don't edit that
no.
out. I want Aneesa to get everything that is coming from. No,
I don't think it's that.
I want that
No, I'm
clip.
messing
You
with
I want
explain.
that
You
clip.
no, you explained it.
You
You're fine.
explained it. No, it's
You know,
giving.
It makes
giving,
sense. It makes
it's
sense.
giving-
No,
it's
it
giving-
is.
No,
Hey,
but
Scott.
I
It's giving
was
Kelly
decently
Osbourne
impressed
in the
given
sense
given that
in the
position
sense-
that the vocals were still there, were still
Yes,
somewhat
I
there,
agree.
and were
I
decent.
agree with you completely. I agree with you completely.
Yes.
Mhm.
Sorry, I could have gone. I could have said that a
Aneesa-
lot better.
Aneesa, I
Well,
fully
yes.
got,
I thought the
fully
lower
got-
range could use a bit more work because it still sounded very muddy to me. I think that's all I have.
Can we edit in Kelly Osbourne in the sense that
Oh God. Go ahead. Blue.
well, I mean, yeah, I'm a fan of the song.
I'm so sorry if we lose accreditation to this.
No, we're not.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, we're not.
We won't.
We
It's
won't.
fine.
No, I'm a fan of the song. I think it's very beautiful. Maybe it lingers on the side of cliche lyrically. I don't know, but just generally, I'm a sucker for this style of song in Eurovision. Yeah, I'm going to be realistic. I don't think there's a world where this qualifies, especially with the placement in the running order. But and also I'm trying to find out if there is anyone credited for staging this year because
I
maybe
don't see it.
Okay.
I don't see anything other than him and the songwriter, which is also
Right.
him.
Oh, okay.
So
It's interesting. We talked about that incident.
Yeah.
There's a video out that's been released with him and Dave Benton on YouTube, and I thought it would have been something a bit more like acknowledging, but no, it's just a cover of how much time do we have left. But there's a nice moment where Dave talks about how there was a time in his life where he thought he didn't have much time left. So I'm in two worlds with Klemen. I'm a fan of the song, and I will be seeing Klemen, so it'll be nice to get some input on the song and find out about the creative process of the song. So that'll be nice.
Yeah, I don't like him as a person. I'm going to make that very acknowledged because I'm not going to stand here and say what he's done is acceptable in my personal opinion. Separating him from the song, I think lyrically it has some very powerful meaning. Obviously, it's very personal to him and his experiences and his journey. I think musically, it's dated. That's the biggest issue with the song. It's pretty. It's a pretty song with a pretty sentiment, and that's about all I've got for it now. It's not going to qualify based on where it is, and it's like we've all been saying, it's pretty much deadlocked between two much bigger performances. Was that purposeful by the EBU? The jury's still out on that point. But, it's a pretty song. Do I wish this was July Jones in this spot? Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt in my mind. But, the song is pretty, and that's where I leave it.
Slay.
So, yeah. I love this background. This is probably one of my favorite backgrounds for maybe not one of my favorite songs. But hey, it's fine. This is Estonia. Oh boy. It's Tommy Cash, everyone, with Espresso Macchiato. The only thing we know really about anything beyond Tomas Tomamets, as I will be referring to him from moving on, is that he is one of the songwriters on the song, as well as Johannes Naukkarinen, who is also famously a composer on Cha Cha Cha.
Okay,
which is
now-
why
Now the connection makes sense.
Claudia was there, why they're friends. Like that all makes complete sense. As far as where we scored him when we did our Estilal review, Eduardo gave him no points. Aneesa gave him 2. I gave him 5. Brook gave him 5. Lewis gave him 8 points at that time.
Kind of wish I was more in line with Eduardo at this point, not gonna lie.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because like I said with Vaeb, I appreciate when an artist goes to Eurovision and loves Eurovision, and they love what they're doing, and they love that they're there. Tommy Cash doesn't seem like that kind of person to me. It doesn't seem like he's there because he loves Eurovision or because he wants to really do Eurovision for his own sake. I'll just
At least what he's portraying.
Yeah,
I'm
what
gonna
he's
agree with
portraying.
And
What
I'm
he's
gonna echo that too,
portraying.
because specifically when he won Estilal, girl,
Yeah,
that
I'm-
was uncalled for.
yeah.
Like just
I'm
What?
no
not a
reaction,
huge.
nothing. When there are artists that were at Estilal that like very clearly wanted to go to Eurovision to
Mhm.
represent Estonia, like on a fundamental level. That was why they were there.
Mhm.
That is not why Tommy Cash is there, and he has made that abundantly clear.
Yeah, which is my biggest problem with Tommy Cash. It's just the fact that like he doesn't seem like the kind of person that really loves Eurovision. Like there's some artists that do these types of songs that I tend to not like, but you can tell that they love Eurovision. Like Windows 95 Man last year. Like I didn't care for the song, but it's clear that he enjoys performing and he clearly had a lot of like passion about being in Eurovision. Tommy Cash just like the character that he's portraying here is just incredibly cocky, and I don't tend to like that kind of personality in real life or in a character. The song, I'll give it this: it's catchy and it's obviously gonna do well. It's gonna qualify. Unfortunately for me, it's just not a song that I will enjoy. I will not go out of my way to listen to the song. And as I said, just the vibe of this character just absolutely gives me the ick. And so I really try to avoid Tommy Cash and this song in any way, shape, or form because it's very obviously just not for me. This is just not the kind of artist or type of song that I tend to enjoy.
Yeah, my only thing about this is that it's catchy. But really, that's about it. I mean, I am curious as to how they're gonna be staging this in Eurovision, especially given how minimal it was. In terms of like, there wasn't a whole bunch of like props, and a lot of it was on the LED screens that were there at SLL. That's really about it for me, though. I'm not really connecting with it anymore as much as I did before.
Lou, I want to jump to you.
Okay.
Because I just because I saw you have a reaction, and I just want to jump to you, not to put you on the spot, but to put you
I mean, I think first of all, I'm glad we acknowledge that this is a character.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a character.
It's absolutely a character, and I think on that credence, I feel like I can split Tommy Cash the character and Tommy Cash the person. Maybe that's just
Tomas Tamamets.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I say I don't like
maybe,
Tommy Cash. Maybe I like
it's,
Thomas, but I don't like Tommy.
Maybe it's me coming from a world of. I mean, I come from a world of wrestling where I know there's a lot of characters and people portraying different people and trying to go for a reaction. Maybe yes, there's a different world, not the world for that. I didn't necessarily take the cockiness or the arrogance as genuine. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's just me. I think he is in Eurovision because he loves Eurovision, but I also think he's in Eurovision because he knows Eurovision is a little fucked right now and wants to use a platform to change it a bit. Especially with, okay, I know there's opinions on the Yoast collaboration, and there was some content in that Yoast collaboration that were absolutely wrong, but there was also elements of that Yoast collaboration that I can also get behind. It was a weird song. There was some elements that I was like, okay, yes, absolutely, absolutely, yes, and then it got to the point where it started bringing up. I can't even remember, but there was a lot of content in that. It's a lot.
If you don't know what we're talking about, I would just say go look it up for yourself and make your own opinions on it.
But it's interesting that since that there's been no ramifications, and I think that's what he's going for. He's trying to push the envelope to see how much can we talk about the EBU before the EBU is stepping in. But anyway, enough of that stuff. Espresso macchiato, it's fun. I've enjoyed it from the start, and it's the same way I was a big fan of Windows 95 Man. It was a fun song, and I mean, staging, I don't think it needs much more else staging, to be honest. I think the dancers are fucking incredible. I enjoy the hell out of the security guards on stage, to be honest. Especially that one bold guy. I think he's incredibly camp. Yeah, I loved the performance, and I think I was watching this with my friend, and he hated Tommy Cash before we saw it. And by the end of it, he was like, you know what? As much as I should hate this, I actually found it really, really fun. So,
to respond, there is one thing I would change about that live performance, which was his vocal needs to actually be good. But secondly, as the only other person here who I would say is around the same level of wrestling fandom as Lewis, I think there's a very big difference in wrestling where this is literally a scripted sports TV show where people are portraying an acting role on stage in a live performance versus, granted, this is a live performance and he is on a stage, but like this is a glorified music contest, right? Either A, he's doing too much, right? Or B, the arrogance is real. And quite frankly, both of those things annoy me. I think the song is fine. Which is about how much I thought about it at Estilao. I think it's nothing has really changed for me in terms of the song. It kind of gets on my nerves a little bit after a while. I can listen to it about once a week, and I don't really want to hear it after that. And every time I listen to it, I keep on hoping that maybe something will click, and it just never really has for me. It will qualify, probably. I would be really shocked if it didn't, especially considering it's an all televote semifinal.
That's a turnaround. In the earlier videos, you were saying that this was a show non-qualifier. So
I said that in Estilal in December before we knew the rest of the lineup, before we knew anything else that had happened. I don't want it to qualify. I'll be 100% honest with you. I think there are other songs here that are way better than this that are not going to qualify because they're not going for the they're not trying to market specifically to the televoters. And that is something that has been getting on my nerves in this year and last year, even with, I don't mind a fun song and a good time and a good party. The reason Cha-Cha-Cha worked and the reason that Europapa worked is because they were good songs on top of that, right? And it was a fun party, but it was also songs that had a message and a meaning. This is a dude talking about how much he loves coffee and not like in a fun way. Like the song is kind of just okay, and he's trying to be funny, goofy, hokey pokey so he can get into the final. Like that doesn't appeal to me. I'm sorry, and I'm not going to speak for anybody else here, but I feel we can at least me, I can feel a disconnect between the Karias and the Windows 95 Mans and the Yoasts of the world versus Tommy Cash.
I think we'll get a better sense of who he is once he actually does. I don't know if he's doing much of the pre-party circuit. I don't know if he's doing much press. I think that's absolutely an opportunity he should take, because then maybe people will connect to him more.
I've seen him do a couple of interviews where he's seemed a little bit more personable, I will say. I still see a lot of the character of Tommy. I would like to know a bit more of Thomas. I will say that. That's where I stand on that specifically. As far as the song is concerned, I did like it enough when I first listened to it. As I've listened to it more, the mystique of Espresso Macchiato has worn off. I do kind of agree a little bit. I will lean more towards where Brook is. I can't listen to it very often. I find it a little bit annoying from time to time, but I do still like it enough. I think first-time listeners of the song are going to love it. That's just where it is. That's what most of the people watching Eurovision are going to be in that camp. Most people are going to love this on first listen. The people that really love this and really love the more camp leaning joke, quote unquote, entries are really going to enjoy this entry. And yeah, I think this will likely qualify. I need him to improve his vocal, point blank, and the period. Point blank and the period. That was the worst part of his national final performance, was the vocal. The vocal was trash. Point blank. The vocal was trash. I hope the staging is a little bit less minimal, but if he went with a minimal staging in Basel, I wouldn't be mad at that, but I want there to be staging, period. That's kind of where I'm at with him. But yeah. So moving along to something a bit brighter.
Oh,
A bit more diva, if you will. This is our only Big Six entry we will be talking about in this video. This is España, our beautiful melody with Esa Diva. In our national final ranking of Miss Melody, we had Lewis give this 2 points. I gave it 3 points for some reason. Aneesa and Brook both gave this 5 points. Eduardo gave it 10 points.
Logan, we're not going to act like we don't know exactly why you gave those 3 points, because you loved a decent chunk of that national final.
Yes, because there were so many good songs, such as La Casa
And Reinas.
and Reinas and VIP and
And I Icon
Spawn
Malamana.
and
Nana.
Artista de Llorar.
And I'm a queen.
And I'm a queen.
Okay, first listen, wasn't caring for this.
Mm-hmm. Post the revamp. This
Post
is one
the
of the songs we
revamp.
got with a revamp. Yep.
Oh, I mean, even before the revamp, I gave it a few more listens and it grew. The revamp, oh, I'm in. I'm in. I think the revamp is very. You're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. I'm in the camp where I love it. I think pre-revamp it was. I don't want to say dated, but I think this revamp makes it sound a lot more. Well, it definitely makes it sound a lot more current. Yes, that's absolutely correct. Yes, but I don't know. Hook, line, and sinker. I'm fully in on the revamp.
I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. I was a little bit lower on it in the national selection only because I thought there were some better produced female pop songs when we listened to them in Benidorm Fest. I understand now why she won Benidorm, because she is a huge name in Spain. And her live performance at Benidorm, I have no worries about her in the final at all. Like, her live vocal is good. Point blank, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
So I am not worried about it in the slightest. The revamp, yeah, I'm in. Like, there are some very subtle changes to the song that really improved the listening experience for me. One of them specifically, I don't remember whether it's the first or the second chorus offhand, but there's this echo moment where it's
Second.
like the dun, 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 dun. Like it's so good. Like it was just one of those things that like scratches an itch in my brain. There's a lot of nice room for ad-libbing at the end of the song, which she did in the national final performance, and I really appreciate them adding the ability for her to do some ad-libbing. We know she can perform. We know she can dance the house down. I am all in. Somos diva, soy yo, and soy ella. I am loving this for her. Big fan. I know I messed up that Spanish, Eduardo. You don't have to tell me.
Yeah. It was messy.
Somos diva es ella. No, I still fucked it up. Whatever.
No, that's not correct.
I'm gonna run away now. Goodbye.
So,
Yeah.
I fucked it all up. Bye. No,
What's new?
Yeah, so whoa, I'm a huge fan of the song now, especially after the revamp. I wanted to highlight that second verse in the revamp too, because while she's singing, I like how you get to hear those little bits of like diva, diva, which I thought was a really nice addition. The live vocals very stable given how much choreo she's doing. And I love the choreo itself. Also, I love this, you know. I really hope she does that. It would be so camp. And I also just love that one random interview where she she belts out that song too. I forgot where that happened, but I remember I ran into that clip at some point and I was like, oh, okay. Yes, yeah, she can really sing. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of this.
Slime.
Well, I like it. I wouldn't say huge fan, but I do like it. I have it at 29 on the year right now, but I do enjoy it. I should probably swatch it with Iceland because I like it more than Iceland. But other than that, I just haven't gone into this even after the revamp. It just has never been my groove. I gave it okay points in Spain because I didn't personally think the Spanish selection was that strong this year. So when I look back at it now, I still kind of feel the same way I felt about it then. I think there are elements of this that are really good. I think that her vocal is great. I just don't care for the song. I'll be honest. Like your hair, hope you win.
Well, as the person who liked it the most on first listen, I think I'm actually a little bit the other way around than most of y'all have. I'm starting to like it less than I used to. The thing is, for me, I really like the studio version. I like the studio version, and when I listen to it and when it comes up, I listen to it and I enjoy it and I bop to it and I think it's fun and like a fun time and I really enjoy it. And there's definitely an audience for this. However, after seeing specifically the first semifinal of Benidorm, well, the second semifinal of Benidorm Fest where she performed, I am less sure than y'all are that she can really fully sing this live because she struggled hard on singing those notes, specifically that one long note that she does. She really, really struggled in it. So therefore,
She did.
I am less confident in her being able to really sing the song fully and perfectly in Basel. So there is that little bit of hesitancy there for me.
That's fair.
I also, unlike you, I really, really do not enjoy the hair hurricane. It's really cringy for me.
You don't
It
enjoy the
doesn't really work.
hurricane?
I don't enjoy the hurricane. I really don't enjoy the hurricane because the thing is, it works if you're a
I
drag
get-
queen.
I-
If you're a drag queen, it works. But
But she
It
kind
re-
of is.
I need a trigger warning every time you say hurricane. By the way.
That's
Oh,
why I
fair,
said-
fair. Fair.
yeah, but for
Not
me,
bad.
it was just the fact that it was a little bit messy when it was performed. Like it seemed like a thing that she did very last minute that she didn't have planned out, and that like could have been executed a lot better. And so if she is gonna do that, I do hope that it is cleaner once she does that in Basel, because I think she didn't do it as cleanly as she could have done it on the actual night. There's definitely something here that I still quite enjoy, and it's still a nice listen. However, I'm just a little bit worried as to what's gonna happen when the live happens. And also, yet again, we have another flyer, and so I do wonder how the performance will change, since yet again she cannot fly. So I do wonder how the opening of this performance is gonna change. There's still a lot of question marks. As I said, I do enjoy the song. It's still giving me like 50-year-old gay kind of song. Like the 50-year-old gays and the 50-year-old moms are gonna love this song, which there's an audience for that.
Thanks,
so.
Eduardo. Appreciate it, bitch.
Hey, we know, Logan, you have a propensity for the white mimosa songs.
Yeah, the white mimosa songs.
Yes,
it's the same
okay.
thing.
2 of my favorite songs this year are Spain and Luxembourg. Fuck off.
Nah,
Okay.
nah, nah, nah.
Those are very different vibes. We will get to Luxembourg once we get to Luxembourg.
We have to wait a while to get to Luxembourg.
Yeah, we have to wait a while.
It's
for that.
in back
But,
half
like,
right?
there's definitely
Yeah.
an audience for
Last
this.
video.
Yeah, very last video. But yeah, but the lyrics are good. I will say that. They're very
Lyrically, it's really good.
Yeah, it's very stereotypical. Like, we are women, and together we will support and win together because we're all divas together. And so,
I do love fame is not your greatness, equality is my flag, and music is my only enthusiasm.
Yeah,
I do love that.
There's some like really good ones, but like she is the mother that works until the sunlight, and it's the artist that works without pay. I'm like, I mean, yeah, but that's
Oh
very
no, one of the
stereotypical.
lyrics is stronger than a hurricane. Oh no, Lewis, I'm sorry.
Como más fuerte que un huracán. That's why
But it's
she does
huracán.
the hair
So it's
hurricane.
not. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah,
We also
that's fine. That's possible.
For the clarity, we also have the line diva, 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 diva.
Yeah, that's also my least favorite part. I will be.
I
so
know, I
honest.
love that, but that's my
one of
favorite part.
parts.
That's
That's
I
my
love that part.
No,
I
I'm
don't
just
know
saying,
if
if we're
added
talking about
some
lyrics,
They
of the
added
song,
some extra beats on.
lyrically, I mean, I don't know who could say it's the same energy that Mick had for Elliot with 3Ks at Drag Race. I've never heard Diva that many times in a row without being bored before. Like,
You.
It's a real.
I think that's my favorite part sonically. I think
Agreed.
when it
That's
yeah.
my least favorite
Diva,
part
diva,
sonically.
diva,
So that
diva,
just
diva.
shows you how
Diva,
different
diva,
we-
diva, diva, diva,
Wow.
diva, diva, diva. There we go. I found it.
What?
I found it, everyone. Period.
it does have the Ellie Diamond 8 count.
Yay! Now, how many
Chloe
times
Vito
can I
would
tell you
eight.
eight count in this Eurovision season? This is one.
Chloe
so far.
Vito would eat up this song.
Gaja. No,
We'll come
it's
back to
good.
it.
That's the
How
only too long
much
to,
time do we have left?
No.
That's crazy.
That works.
Rotted!
I
Bitch,
would-
you are rotted!
No,
I would
Robotaka.
No, we're not there yet.
If Klemen,
Me amore. No, I'm not.
I would die if
That's
Klemen
macchiato,
or
man.
Tommy Cash did an 8 count on stage.
You
Eight
know
count
what? If
Donkey
they
King?
did, I would vote for them. I would.
If Tommy Cash does an 8 count on Basel, I will
An
change
8 count
my
following
views
with a
forever.
donkey kick.
With a donkey
Yeah.
kick. Oh my god. Okay, we have to move
Right,
on.
that's me.
Lovely. Next up, we have Ukraine. How fun, how lovely.
Yay!
This is Ziferblat with Bird of Prey. Where did we have them in our ranking? We had Lewis with 2 points, me with 4 points, Eduardo with 5 points, Aneesa with 10 points, and Brook with the first 12, or not the first 12 points. First 12 points of the video?
No,
No.
because Aneesa and I gave
Gaia.
Poland
yeah.
Gaia 12 points.
Yeah.
So Brook with just a regular everyday 12 points to see for
I mean, look, if you've watched last year, you know how I feel about Ziferblat. So when I heard they were coming back, I had high expectations because I think Place I Call Home from last year is phenomenal. And I think in any other national final, it probably would have been what ended up going. So, well, most other national finals, let me be real. But coming into this season, I heard they were in the selection of Vidbeer. I was really, really hoping that it would be good, and they knocked it out of the park. I'm still in love with this song. I still think this is one of the best things we've had this year, period. I believe this is currently 6th in my ranking for the year. So, like, either 6th or 7th. I don't feel like getting up my Eurovision scoreboard right now. But I just love every bit of this. I think vocally it's gorgeous. I love the atmosphere of the backup singers. They create this like haunting, echoey effect that really works for me on a sonic level. The only thing I would change is get him a new outfit, and that's about it. Because I don't think that purple really worked. But other than that.
Also, he looks somewhat uncomfortable in that outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe something
Really?
something that where he can breathe a bit.
Oh, uncomfortable, like literally.
Literally
Like
uncomfortable.
physically,
Physically.
like the fabric of that garment was not
Like
some silk. Like, get him in some silk charmeuse, please.
I think he's
Yeah.
Like,
comfortable.
get him in a
Like,
silk charmeuse, maybe
I think
not tight satin. Nobody looked good in
No.
tight satin,
No.
but like
Nope.
like a silk charmeuse,
kinda,
maybe a good
like,
cotton.
Energy
something-
wise, it was low key giving the frontman for Wild Youth from Ireland in 2023.
no, not Connor.
Oh god, I don't need a
Not
moose
Connor.
knuckle on stage.
No, I
Not the camel toe.
No,
Not that
No,
part, but
no
every other
camel
part.
toes. No.
Throwback to me and Aneesa spotting him at the end of the semi-final.
Oh,
and asking
God.
for a selfie.
Is it Daniel is the lead singer?
Connor
Connor.
O'Donoghue.
Connor O'Donoghue.
No, I meant of
O'Donoghue.
Ziferblat.
Oh, Ziferblat.
Oh.
I meant of
I
Ziferblat.
forgot.
I don't give a fuck about Wild Youth. Who's giving a fuck about Wild Youth? I don't care about. I'm trying to style Ziferblat here because I care about them now because I like the song. I don't give a fuck about Wild Youth.
Ziferblat, the lead singer, is Daniel.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's put Daniel in some silk charmeuse, some satin, not satin. We talked about
Drink
it.
every time Logan says silk charmeuse.
Wait, hear me out. No,
If you want to
Podcast
understand,
instead.
if you want to understand why I have an obsession with silk charmeuse, go check out our coverage of Project Runway over on the Cup TV. Because Juana and I are obsessed with silk charmeuse. Drink again. There you go. No, get him in a silk or a silk charmeuse. Sorry, drink again. Or a good cotton. A linen. Ooh, a linen pantsuit.
Ooh, a linen.
Is this what happens to people when they watch Project Runway? They just have so many different
Yes.
fabric ideas. Is this
Yes.
what it is?
Yeah.
God.
Unfortunately. No, I am happy to say, because I wasn't the biggest fan of Bird of Prey when we did Vidbeer, because I just don't honestly think I got it. I'm gonna be real. I'm happy to say I really like the song now. I've come around. I've caught the Bird of Prey bug as well. This is one of the songs I found stuck in my head a lot. And it's specifically the big bombastic parts in the chorus where it's like, and I really, what I really like about the song the most is the big bombastic chorus, and then this like very light, airy, the light airy verse sections. There's a nice balance to it. after listening to it a lot. This, again, another song in this half of the semifinal that I really had to take some time listening to. But I really enjoy it. I hope they keep a lot of the same staging elements, because I really like what they did with the staging here. Just having their own little contained section, I think is really smart. I think they could do some really fun things with that at Eurovision. Keeping things a little bit more minimal, I think, could be really cool. I think they could take advantage of maybe the length of the stage towards the end of their performance, maybe spreading out a la,
The Wrong Place.
Something like that, sure. I'm thinking of fucking Wild Youth again. God damn it. No, literally, when they spread out on stage during their performance. Like, I'm thinking of, like, a performance like that. Where, like, a lot of it is contained, and then they, like, the band, like, spread out, something like that. Anyway, I like the song.
Yeah, so I like the song from the very beginning. Oh, sorry. Wait.
No, I was just gonna say, did not expect to have multiple mentions of Wild Youth on the pod today.
I didn't expect to mention Project Runway and Wild Youth in this episode, but all right, here we go.
But yes, so I was really impressed with what Ziferblat has brought us today.
Today.
Yes, the song dropped today. I don't know if you heard. It's called Bird of Prey. It's pretty good.
It on this day. Yeah. Place I Call Home was I couldn't fully get on board, mainly because there were some things that I struggled connecting with. But I thought Bird of Prey, to me, felt like a huge improvement. Especially as someone who has done like competitive stage band. I'm used to this, and I gravitate towards all kind of the dramatics of this, especially with how much the tone changes, where we get into this big grandiose kind of rock moment, and then we get into this like really nice ethereal kind of fairy almost kind of atmosphere. It's a perfect balance between the two, and I thought the live vocals from both ends, lead and backups, were amazing. I also feel like this is like a beautifully composed song. I think this song is masterfully written.
Yeah. I will say, I think Ziferblat doesn't normally make music that I would really tend to enjoy. Like, I was not a huge fan of Place I Call Home last year. And when I originally heard Bird of Prey, I was not fully into it. However, now that I've had time to listen to it and to really get acquainted with it and seeing the national performance, I started to really get into it. And slowly but surely, it has started to grow more and more onto my playlist and more on my rankings. And I'm starting to really enjoy it. I do really enjoy the staging. The live vocals are really good. As I agree with you, Aneesa, both main and backup are both really good, and they both have this, like, they work together and they're so different, and I really appreciate it. I also agree that the outfit is not the best, but he does look alive, and I don't think he really looked alive last year because of that white hair, and so I think he looks a little bit more alive, but a little bit more uncomfortable. So maybe there's something that we can do there with the outfit. But I truly think that casuals will really, really enjoy this song. I think it's really friendly for the casual viewer. And I think a lot of people are just going to really hold on to the song. The kind of people that tend to enjoy slower, like more mid-tempo or slower tempo songs are really going to gravitate to this and really go hard for it. I think Ukraine is maintaining its qualification streak yet again. Ziferblat is going to be just okay. I'm starting to really enjoy this song. So congratulations, Ziferblat. I'm really starting to get there.
Oh, Jesus. It's another Brook minimal wind I told you so moment. Because I also have turnaround on Bird of Prey. Quite a lot. Yeah. I don't know. I was quite astonished that I didn't like this from the beginning, considering I was a big fan of Place I Call Home.
And I remember saying that in the Vidweir video. I was like, oh, gag.
Yeah. So it took me a bit more time than usual, but no, I've turned around. For this is probably my most listened. If I had pulled up the Spotify stats, this is my most listened to. This is my heavy rotation of the year so far. I love everything that's going on. I think I'm a lot more of a fan of the floaty, lighty moments in this song rather than the angsty moments at the start. But that's not that it offends me at all. I'm just more of a fan of the slow down moments. I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't so offended. Maybe it was just me not paying attention too much to the costume, but I really didn't mind the costume. Sure, maybe it is a bit too tight. When you said it looked like he was uncomfortable in it, I was like, I'm sure he's perfectly fine, but okay, physically uncomfortable. That makes sense. Okay, sure. But something in the same ballpark. I love what's going on. So something in the same ballpark in terms of costume brainstorming. But yeah,
I think I've landed on I want linen.
Linen.
Yeah.
Slay.
Be light enough. You know, it won't be super cold in Basel by May.
No.
You know, you don't want to overheat on stage. It'll be hot anyway because there's so many people.
Exactly.
Like, you want something light, airy, breathable. You know, that sounds nice.
So. But no, yeah, I'm a huge fan. I am not worried about their qualification chances at all. Which when they qualified originally, I was saying that I was worried. So there's been quite a turnaround. Yeah.
I'm just happy that we have all come to the same conclusion that the song is really great, and once again, Brook was right. That's all I have to say.
I knew this was coming.
Yeah. Whatever. To your point as well, Eduardo. I think they're in a great spot in the running order as well, coming right after Melody. Like, I think it's such a tonal shift as well that, like, I think it'll be really nice, especially if they give a break after Melody. Like, it'll be a nice tonal shift. It'll be a nice transition back into the contest, and I think especially with who is after them, I think it'll be very good for them. I'm not worried for them either. So, slay. And speaking of slay,
everyone get ready.
Wait. Bastu. I don't know the rest of the dance yet. Eduardo, I think you're gonna have to teach me. Okay.
Yeah.
Eduardo, you're gonna have to teach me off stream. Okay. Great. I'm gonna need to learn. I'm gonna need maybe more lessons. Yes, this is Sweden. Our Sverige, Sweden. Yes, this is Kai, Bara Bastu, winners of Melodifestivalen this year. Our beautiful Kevin, Axel, and Jacob. We don't know really anything about their stage director, though I will say amongst notable songwriters is Anders Rethov, who has done a lot of important songwriting for Eurovision songs, including but not limited to Fuego, Too Late for Love, Voices, and We Will Rave.
Okay.
All of which I think are quite different to this.
Yeah, very different.
Very different. This song is also in the Voda, I believe I'm saying that right, dialect of Swedish, which is more Finnish.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, I believe it's a blend I am not the one to speak on the dialect. So if you know more about the dialect, please let us know in the comments below. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I just know that they're like a comedy trio, like Swedish-Finnish comedy trio.
Yes. And very nice to look at.
Yes,
Oh,
all
yeah.
of them.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Which one is the one that certain people here thirst over? And by certain people, I mean Brook.
As in the lead.
Yakov.
Jakob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's pretty. He's very pretty. He is unfortunately a taken man, but he is very pretty.
Oh.
Is Axel a taken man?
I don't know.
Unsure.
I didn't insta-stalk Axel, so...
Well, Julie, maybe you should. Oh, also, for what it's worth, in our Melody Festival and review, I gave this 7 points. Aneesa and Lewis both gave this 10. Brook and Eduardo did both give this 12 points.
Slay.
Opinion hasn't changed.
I mean,
like this is the last one we did. So like we did this so recently that like, well, usually we talk about Sweden so much later in.
It's just something about going into a sauna fully dressed down in your suit, like fully suited up. Yeah, I don't know.
While the backup dancers are half naked too.
Yeah, and you're just like.
I just feel so bad for one of the backup dancers because they're gonna have to cut one of them.
I was about to say, I wonder
That's
which
true.
dancers they're gonna sacrifice to the Eurovision gods.
You know, maybe
You know what they'll do?
No.
Either will grant them an exception.
They can do like Dance Mom style, and whoever's at the bottom of the pyramid doesn't go.
Oh no!
No, you know what they're gonna do? Time trial, right? So everyone get to the back of the sauna. Whoever comes out slowest in your costume change is getting cut.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
It's that's cutthroat as it's gotta be, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they might just bring all 6 of them, have one of them there as an alternate that they let perform in the semi, and then if something
That's
happens,
probably that's probably what'll happen.
That could do.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say, since I was the one that rated it the least in Melfest, my opinion has only grown on Kai. I really like Kai. Thrilled when they won. I think it's really fun. This is the first time Sweden has sent a song in a Swedish language since 2013 again, right? This is the year of 2013.
Even earlier, I don't know.
Was it?
It's been a minute.
I'm gonna go look again real quick.
I thought it was like 20-something years ago, and it was like the 90s.
Oh, hold on. You're right. 1998 actually is the last time they said
2013, absolutely.
2013, the year they sent You by Robin Stenberg because they won the year prior with Loreen. What the fuck am I talking about? Anyway, no, I love these guys. I think the staging is so fun and so dumb. And my literal favorite part of the staging is the fact that the stage just folds forward. Like there's something about the ingenuity of that please, for the love of God, Kai, y'all better keep that going in Eurovision. Like I need that. It's just so ingenious. I think it's so fun. The entire thing is so fun and camp, and that is what I love the most about a fun, campy Eurovision entry. These guys are so cool. Everything I've seen of them post winning Melfest and in the Eurovision preseason has been so fun. I wish them nothing but the best.
Big fan. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I'm very excited to see this live. I just love that the song is just as simple as paying homage to the fun of bathing in a sauna.
With other men. Ooh.
With other men, yes.
Ooh.
How homoerotic of you. Ooh.
Ooh.
I just
love
sorry.
Love it. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were done. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am done.
Okay, great. Sorry, not great that you're done, but I didn't want to interrupt. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Like I said, this was my 12 points at Melfest. I still adore this. I think everything about this has been. Honestly, it just keeps growing on me. Even now, like currently, it's second place in my ranking on the year, and like, the one that is number one, when we get to it, y'all won't be surprised. So I mean,
Spoiler
we all
alert.
know it. We all know it. So we'll talk about it in a few episodes. We'll talk about it in a few episodes. Beside the point. I think this is just so much fun. Thank you, Sweden, for not taking yourself too seriously for once. And if you're going to take yourself too seriously again, take yourself seriously enough to contact Cornelia Jacobs, please. Thank you very much.
Right.
Right.
Or Clara Hammerstrom.
Or
Cornelia
Annika Wickehalder.
Or Annika Wickehalder.
That one I
Or
agree
Faith Kakembo.
Period.
Or Tonis Achilles, who I forgot to mention in the mouth. Or Dolly Style. Well, that's not taking yourself.
That's not
That's
true.
not taking yourself seriously, but absolutely, if you're not going to take yourself seriously, bring them back as well.
Or if you're going to bridge the gap, Cassiopeia.
Slay.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
Regardless, the song is great. I love everything about this. Their energy is just so fun. They give like goofball energy in the best way. They did a really funny video. I think it was on their TikTok, but they might have been on their YouTube, of them answering questions like they're at a media day.
Yes.
If you haven't watched that video and you still don't fully get who these men are as people, go watch that video. It was so unbelievably funny. I don't want to spoil any of it. It's so funny. They are so like entertaining. They've been collabing with a ton of other Eurovision artists already in the preseason, just like making videos and just chatting people up. And it's gonna be a ray of sunshine seeing them succeed. I'm really happy that they're here.
Yeah. I mean, I fully think this is in contention to winning the semifinal. I'm not even gonna lie. In even winning Eurovision, it's very possible that they also could pull it off. And honestly, I would normally not be rooting for a Sweden win because they've won so many times. I would normally don't want that. But if this were to win, I would not be mad. I would not be upset. I would actually kind of enjoy it. So that says a lot. That says a lot because, like, Sweden chose to take a risk, quote unquote, and it's paying off. Absolutely. This is such a fun song, so energetic, so like it's so fun. It's just such a party on stage, and you can just tell the love that they have for performing and the comedy that it's bringing. It's just so interesting and so just. I love this. I absolutely love this. I still hold this in high regard. I think they're going to do absolutely great. I'm not worried about anything for Sweden. They're obviously going to qualify. This is absolutely great. I love it. I absolutely love this.
Copy and paste everything you said. Just to highlight, I love the change of lighting on the bridge when it goes all green and blue. That's such a niche thing to pick on, but I love that part. Before the key change, love it.
Their lyrics, the lyrics are just like so out of pocket too. It's just so fun. It's so fun, and then like knowing that most people understand it lyrically when they listen to it is also just a very fun part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also love that the title literally just translates to "just bathe in the sauna."
Just sauna.
Just bathe in the sauna.
Just do it. Do it.
Just do it.
Bathe
Do
in
it.
sauna.
All right, Shia.
I actually do recommend it. My skin got so smooth afterwards.
Oh,
Go
love
to your local bath
I
house. Go to the private one because unless you're trying to do some nasty stuff.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not,
that's a good point. That's a good
I'm
point,
not in the
Eduardo.
same camp as Eduardo, though. As a Eurovision tourist myself, I would not be happy with a Sweden win.
Well, that sounds like a you problem. That sounds like a you problem.
Listen. I need to explore different countries. Like I want to go back to the country, especially just 1 year after. Well, 2 years after.
Fair.
I still
But it would
wouldn't
be
complain.
a different city. Probably Stockholm.
Hey,
It'd probably be Stockholm.
I'll take Max Burgers. Max Burgers is.
Max Burgers actually was really good.
I'll go on the basis I would be able to go to Max Burgers again.
Fair. If it was in Sweden, I'd probably go. Or at least try to.
Spending money
That
there
would
actually wasn't so bad.
It's
Ooh,
really
that would
cheap
actually
considering.
that would actually line up pretty well. Anyway, moving on. Another beautiful background for a beautiful country filled with a group with beautiful
Beautiful
Portuguese.
men.
Beautiful men.
Oh, yes.
We have Portugal up next. This is Napa with Deslocado, or Displaced in English. When we covered Festival de Canção, here is how we ranked them. Not very highly, actually. Aneesa didn't give this any points. Eduardo and I gave this 1 point. Lewis gave this 4. Brook gave this 8 points. Brook has been on the pulse of the national selections in this video.
For the most part, I will say.
For the most part, yeah.
Now, again, we talked about it after they won a little bit because it was, in my opinion, in a season full of shocking national final winners, I think this might have been the biggest shock win.
I think this was the biggest shock for me.
And again,
Yeah.
I was thrilled. I adore this song. I think it is beautiful. I love the harmonies that are done here. I think it's just gorgeous to listen to. I am still in shock that this is what is going to Eurovision. I think both Tristeza and I Want to Destroy You would do significantly better than this will. No shade. Again, I really do love this song. But this is what we have. And given the situation, I'm worried. I'm not going to lie. I'm not as worried for this as I am for a few other countries in this semifinal. But there's the possibility they don't qualify, and that would bum me out because I think this is really unique and really beautiful, and I hope it gets the opportunity to be seen at the final.
I am a little less worried. Or you go ahead, Aneesa. And then
I'll actually agree with that too, Logan.
I was gonna
So I was gonna say, as someone who did not give it any points, I mainly because there were a bunch of other songs I liked more than this. I never said this was like a bad song or anything. Like I actually did enjoy this song, Come Festival de Canção. It's just there were other songs that I liked more than this. Now, given that this song's actually really growing on me, I feel bad for which place though. With it.
It's interesting, Aneesa, because I came on to the pod right after the reveal of the running order, and you know how I was saying to you how I thought it was in a shit sandwich? Everyone else on here thought it was in a sweet spot. So
I still think that.
I still think that.
I guess for me, it's just because I really like the song that's coming afterwards. But I really have no idea what the public perception is with the song after. But back on this song, the vocals were really good. I love this kind of ethereal feeling I get when I listen to it. It's again a very distinct voice, especially with a lot of like the Portuguese entries. Like there's such a distinction to the way they sing, which I love. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this during when we recorded Festival de Canção, but I really like the electric guitar solo as well, which was a lovely touch.
Yeah, I am a little bit less worried just because I think, and what's interesting about the running order of this first half of the semifinal is it's very back and forth, and there's a nice almost yin yang effect with the way that they've done it, where like you have Spain kind of going in this very interesting spot, and obviously she's not competing, but she's kind of adding to this like back and forth of, oh, we have this high energy, and then you have Ziferblat bringing this like nice melodic rock energy, and then Kai's bringing obviously bada bada bastu, all this big energy, and then Napa's bringing it back down to this very beautiful melodic gorgeous Portuguese ballad, and then we'll talk about Norway here shortly, who I also love. I will never underestimate the power of a Portuguese ballad, ever. I will never underestimate a Portuguese ballad. We saw how Salvador did. We saw how Mauro did. We saw how the Black Mamba did.
You saw how Lolanda did.
Exactly. Not Lolanda did.
Not
How dare you?
Lolanda.
The
How dare you
disrespect.
disrespect our queen, Lolanda, like that? How dare you? How dare you? Point being, Brook. Yes, add Lolanda to that list. No, we love you, Yolanda. We do.
We love you, Yolanda, so
Some,
much.
even if some people will intentionally disrespect you like that.
I love you, Wanda. Big
We
fan.
love you, Yolanda. Stan. But yes, we saw how Yolanda did. I will never underestimate the Eurovision fandom and the power of a Portuguese ballad, regardless of where it's placed, especially in the 2020s. So I don't think they have any problem. The vocals are everywhere they need to be. The staging at Festival de Canção was very minimal. I hope we get to see something a little bit bigger with some beautiful visuals as well. I think what's going to sell this song is a beautiful visual, because the song is about feeling displaced from being home. I think if they can really sell a gorgeous visual of feeling like displaced from being home and wanting that like longing for being home, I think they're going to be just fine. And in this semifinal specifically, this song is going to stand out where it is and for the quality that they're going to bring. And I think compared to some of the other songs that are sonically similar, I think Portugal is going to stand out in a very good way. So I'm not, there's a little bit of concern, I will agree, but I'm not as concerned for them. And I love this song. I've grown on this song a lot.
Yeah. Actually, for staging, I have an idea of it. I would love to see the lead singer do a lot of like that like purposeful walking to kind of convey that emotion a lot more, especially with a song called Displaced.
Don't put him on a treadmill. Whatever you do, no treadmills. Please.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the song. I mean, if we're talking songs in the similar ballpark, it's probably my least favorite out of similar songs. But that's not to say that I don't like the song. I'm a fan. I think it may be. I do think it's in a shit sandwich. I think maybe if it was an upside down sandwich where we'd have Norway on top and Sweden underneath, it'd probably work out better, in my opinion. I think that. I'm not trusting the Eurovision audience to. I'm not trusting the
maybe
Eurovision.
Agree with you, actually.
Yeah,
I'm not trusting after.
Yeah, because I'm not trusting. I'm not trusting the Eurovision audience to come down from Kai that quick. So that's my only concern with it. But if. I'd definitely prefer it being in between two high energy songs than being stuck next to Ukraine, for instance, where it's similar sonically. Yeah, I don't know what else to say really. That was my only thing that I want really for commenting on. I'm a fan of the song. I'm interested to see how they stage it in Basel.
Yeah, I share a lot of the concerns that you guys have already talked about. I think my biggest concern is about like the visuals. I really need like with the LEDs, I need some sort of visual to really help me elevate this song. Because although this song has grown on me, not a lot, but definitely quite a bit. And I do enjoy listening to it. I wanted it to be a lot more of a moment than it is. Right now, it's really understated and really like personal and intimate. And sure, there is something good about that. But I also agree with what Lewis is saying with the fact that I don't know if the Eurovision public will be as ready to go so far down coming from Kai. So I do worry a little bit about that. And just by the simple fact that I do think that people that would vote for Portugal's song are also the same people that would vote for Ukraine's song. So I do think that there's a little bit of a struggle there, and I definitely think that Ukraine has a stronger song here. So there is definitely a possibility of Ukraine taking enough points away from Portugal to the point where they don't have enough points to qualify. So there's definitely a little bit of concern here. Not as much as there was before we knew the running order. I do like that they're as late as possible as they could, but yeah, there's still some concern to be had here. But the song's still great. It has grown on me. It's really soft, really beautiful, and I do hope it keeps growing on me.
Period. Any other thoughts on Portugal? Also, they are all beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful man. Beautiful man.
And the lead singer's pantsuit, love the pantsuit.
Oh,
Vertical
yes.
stripes, love the vertical stripe pantsuit. Whoever
Love
styled
Diva.
him,
Yes.
good. Period. But
Nice
All right,
stripes,
well,
vertical stripes.
yes, absolutely. Well, last up for today, rounding out this first half of the semifinal, even though he was technically drawn in the second half of the semifinal, but that's fine, whatever, is Norway. This
Yay.
is Kyle Alessandro with Lighter. He won Melody Grand Prix this year to get his spot here. And important to know is that we do know the stage director for this song here in this occasion, and that is Mona Bertsten, who is known for also doing the stage directing for Ulveham last year.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
So we're getting damn good staging, if nothing else.
Yep.
Yes.
As far as points that we gave this during Melody Grand Prix, Lewis gave this 5 points. I gave it 8 points. Everybody else gave 12 points. So
As we
good for
should.
y'all.
As we should.
Standing by.
I gave it to the game. So
Valid. Better run. Better
Yeah.
run. Better
Mhm.
run.
and then my 10 points was Hot in Hell in Paradise, to be fair. So, you know, all good songs.
Yes.
You know, it's just a bog standard. Lewis just needs more time, and eventually he'll fall in love. Yeah, I'm loving this song now. I'm intrigued to know. I'm intrigued to find out what they do to change it, because I believe Kyle is on record saying in an interview that because there's similar theming with his song and Parg's song, he's going to go a different route to Parg. Parg's going to stick with the I don't know how to describe it. The
armor.
the armor, the
rocks staging.
no, like
The
the
warrior.
ancient Roman warrior kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So Kyle's going to go in a different direction. So I'm intrigued to find out what Kyle's going to bring to the table in Basel. But no, I love this song. There's something very, and I'm not saying this in a like, this is complimenting. This is not me saying that it's quite like classic Eurovision. Like if early 2010s, it sounds like it's from that era, but like it's like the songs that I like from that era. So yeah.
Yeah, I would say this sounds maybe the most Eurovision
Yes.
of the songs that we have in this half of the semifinal. Of everybody here,
Everybody
of
here.
What's the most Eurovision?
this is the most Eurovision. Who would be three? This is definitely the most Eurovision of the songs that in my opinion at least. It's very boy pop, and I like that. I bring back the boy bangers. Well, that sounds great out of context.
Oh God. Jesus.
Oh God.
Don't clip that.
It's not like he's the youngest one there too.
No, please.
He's
Yeah.
19 fully.
Put that on
Oh,
the timeline.
Jesus.
No, don't put that on the timeline, please. Beside the point. Moving on and moving
Besides-
forward.
No, okay. No, I really like the song.
Oh, okay. Don't put that on the timeline.
No. I didn't mean it like that. Bring back the boy
Bop.
pops.
Boy
Bops.
bop.
The boy bop. Girl bop,
Yeah.
boy bop. That's what I meant. Thank you very much. Words are hard. Anyway, no, this song is an absolute bop in every way, shape, and form. Lyrically, it's phenomenal. The story of the song is so good. His performance at MGP was so good. He's got the vocal. To think he was a part of fucking Umami Tsunami a few years ago.
Yep.
You remember that, Aneesa?
Yeah.
Oh my
Geronimo.
god.
No, we had to suffer through fucking Umami Tsunami to finally
No, granted,
get
he was
Kyle
the best
Alessandro.
he was the best out of that group, though.
Oh, and remember, we said he was the best part of Umami
we
Tsunami.
did. We did.
We predicted.
Opinionating like
No.
wine on that one.
Yes. No, I'm very happy for him. Lyrically, it's a really good song. It's interesting that we do have a lot of these male upbeat pop songs this year. Like, it's a very prominent genre. So I'm really interested to see. I feel pretty confident that he'll qualify out of the semifinal, though there are a lot of these male pop bangers in this semifinal specifically. I'm really intrigued to see how he does. Now that we know that he's changing his staging a little bit, I don't get necessarily why, given that him and Parg aren't even in the same semifinal. I get it, obviously, but I don't really know. Like, if you're not directly going up against him until the final, and even then, I don't know that Armenia is necessarily going to qualify to the final. Like, I don't really know why you're going to. Regardless, good for you, Diva. Diva. But yeah, I like the song. I like the staging. I like him. He's good. Good song.
Yeah, copy paste. This is in my top 10 of the year right now. I'm not gonna lie. Kyle's voice is so good, and he is obsessed with Eurovision, right? And it's not obsessed in Eurovision in the way that we're obsessed with Eurovision, and like we love all the songs and we do all the national selections and the pre-parties and that. No, he just knows how to sing every song perfectly in every dialect ever. Because I'd seen this man do covers of like 6 different Eurovision songs in 6 different languages, not stumble on a single bit of pronunciation. How do you grow up to be this talented? Can someone please let me know?
And he's still like, still not fully grown up. Like,
He's 19.
He's 19. So, like, if you're this
19.
talented here, yeah,
He's
if you're
19.
this talented
Kitty
here,
Scott
just
Plus
wait.
19.
19.
Can I also say I'm loving this? He's like friends with everybody. So I'm loving his friendship with JJ, Miriana, and Sissel. He did
Taste.
The video
Taste, bitch.
The group chat leaks that came out when we saw that he was talking about like they asked him, he's like, yeah, who talks to most of the group chat? He's like, oh, definitely Sissel, but like we all like
but this is all.
Yeah, it's like her and Miriana and
Erica
and Gojo and
also,
like all of these artists that I'm really feeling right now this year, like just in terms of how
that's the group.
Also, at Nordic Party, when we blogs were doing press, but someone had to go run errands, Kyle fully took over and did interviews for Wee. And there's a moment you'll see. I'm sure there's a clip. There is a clip of Kyle interviewing Jerry Hill for Wee blogs.
Oh, I saw it.
It's so fun. Like I just love that Kyle's having so much fun in this pre-party.
I love that he's living his best life. That
He's
makes
living
me
his
so
best
happy.
life.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so seeing him do all of these things has been really great. But also the song is just really good. His vocal is really great. The national final performance was fun at minimum and like really good otherwise. I don't mind that they're changing the staging because I didn't like fall in love with the staging or anything. If they change it and it's better, cool. So I'm hoping everything works out. I want him to do really well.
Yeah, I'm a big from the beginning. I had been a big fan of this song. Very stable vocals, which very much impressed me. For some reason, my history with songs like this, with the amount of production it has, usually I wouldn't go for it necessarily. But I think it's produced in such a way where I feel like such an impact. Like these like deep basses that come in almost like every other beat. Love, and I think that's the main thing that kind of got me hooked on the song. And then he starts belting out these like high tenor notes, which I can barely do on a good day. Um, yeah, no, the performance overall just had me very impressed.
Also,
Yeah.
can we talk about the Alexander Rybak style violin dance break?
Yep.
Because it sounds like fairy tale. And I still have not heard him or anyone talk about it.
I thought it wasn't just me actually, because I kind of heard it too.
No, I clocked the first time I listened to it, I was like, this sounds like fairy tale. What the fuck? Like,
Surprise appearance by
okay.
Alexander Rybak during Kyle's performance.
No,
I
thank you.
swear to God.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
No, thank
Have you
you.
ever tried
Sorry.
this one?
No, thank you.
Jesus.
No, don't
Slay.
touch me there. That is my no square.
Oh God, not that. No, because me and
He's
Sam were
sorry.
sat next to someone in.
Nar.
Because me and Sam were sat next to someone at WWE who was singing that the whole fucking night,
Oh, jeez.
and I can't be
That's
dealing
weird.
with that song. Yeah,
That's
no, they were
weird.
drunk out of their heads.
Yeah, that's weird. Anyways, yeah, I've always liked this song. I've always liked this song, and Norway is one of those countries that like I'm absolutely always gonna root for. It's one of my biased countries that like I will always enjoy, and I always root for them to do well, because like they were the ones that kind of brought me back into the Eurovision world with Alessandra just randomly popping up, and I was like, oh yes, I have to get back to Eurovision because I was lost for a little bit. And
Can I
ever
echo
since
that
then,
real
I'm
quick?
just
That is the exact reason I got into Eurovision, was because of Alessandra. Because I was scrolling
Yes.
TikTok during the semifinals of 2023, and I just see this song everywhere on my feed. You like one clip, and suddenly you're flooded with Eurovision content, and you can't escape it. So, like, I got to give props on that too. I don't know if Eduardo and I were on the same TikTok circles at the time, but
I mean, I think it
yeah,
was a little
that's
different
real.
because the one that I saw was like this video of like, I think it was Miss Universe or something like that, and it was the Ukrainian woman walking down the stage with her wings, mechanical wings that like moved in the like costume category, and behind it was Queen of Kings playing in the background, and so that's why I was like,
Word.
oh, I like this song. Let me go look for it. I find Queen of Kings. I figure out that it's a Eurovision song, and then I figure out that the semifinal is playing the day after. So it really was like magic luck, absolute magic luck. And so Norway absolutely has a special place in my heart. And Kyle Alessandro is such a good artist, and he's such a talent. At just 19 years old, I could absolutely never. Like, it's absolutely impressive the amount of stuff that he's able to do. I do hope that since he is changing his staging a little bit, I hope that at least the styling it's a little bit different than what we saw in the music video, because the music video I think it was a little bit more understated, and I think I do worry about it blending in a little bit because the outfit is black, and I do think that the black outfit might not work best with what's going on the stage uh, in Basel. So hopefully it's a little bit different. But I think that this is such a strong song. The vocals are there. Everything about it is there. I think the casuals are really, really going to enjoy this, because I do know that there's uh, a, a little bit of people in the bubble that are not fully living for this. But I do think that the casuals are really, really going to enjoy it because it's so Eurovision, it's so radio friendly that I'm not really super worried about qualification chances, honestly. So I'm really excited to see what Kyle brings to the table and how he changes up the staging. I'm really, really intrigued.
And one last thing I want to say about Norway specifically that I forgot to during my section. I apologize. I will again repeat something I said last year. Thank you, Norway, for never sending the same thing. Like, you take that risk
Right.
Yeah.
every year. I'm gonna say, since the pandemic, we've had Fallen Angel, which not my fave, but like I will acknowledge that it was different, right?
Takes the
Give
VHS.
That which is a bop, right?
Yeah.
Queen of Kings, which is great, right? And this like really great power pop girl pop song. Uvaham last year, which is Norwegian folk that got robbed in that final.
Yes.
And now we have lighter. So Norway, keep doing what you do to Eurovision because you're one of my favorite countries as well. Just to see whatever you're going to send every year.
Same. Definitely. Woo! Well, back to the static background because we're done with countries for today.
Aw.
But before we give our, ending thoughts and new segments that we came up with chaotically before we started this video, I did count up our points. So it has come to the points in our program where I give out points,
Fine.
which are the points that you all gave out in the national selection season. So I did tally up the points from the 9 national selection songs we had of the 9 songs we spoke about today. There is a clear 5th place. It's me. So taking the points from the songs that whatever. I got 5th of these songs with 42 points. In 4th place is Lewis with 52 points. In 3rd place with 59 points is Brook.
Bro, I thought very well.
And it's interesting because all of the top 3 all had 0 in one of the national selections. Lewis and I had none of that, and we still didn't get in the top 3.
That is very interesting.
That's
It's
wild.
very funny. It's very funny. But the 3 of you are very, very close. Brook at 59, Aneesa at 61, and Eduardo winning this video's national selection competition that y'all didn't know was a competition
Girl,
with 63 points.
we had Spain and Portugal. That was a given.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
So yes, we're going to move on to our new segment that we are doing now for all 4 of these Eurovision full reviews. Refill, sip, and dip. Refill, sip, and dip. Theme song, hopefully incoming. So we've done versions of this in past years. If you are a returning fan of our channel, during not national selection season, during Eurovision season, we're gonna do our refill song, which is the song that we are listening to nonstop. Our favorite song of the songs we talked about today. Our sip song, which we think is the song that's going to do the best at Eurovision, may not necessarily be our favorite song. And our dip song, which is the song that we want to dip out of. So we don't want to. We're going to dip out of that song. And I just added y'all don't have to do the arm movement, but I'm going to encourage you all to do the arm movement because it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to do. And Aneesa can do the dip if they really want to, because sure. So whoever wants to start can.
I'll start.
Okay.
Let's start with my dip, and then on a positive. Unfortunately, my dip is gonna have to be Gaja. It's just not something that I'm hooked on as of yet. My sip song, the song that I think is going to perform the best out of this selection of songs, is Kai for Sweden. And my refill song is also going to be Kai for Sweden.
Yeah. That's absolutely fair. I say we go in order. Okay, so I will agree with you. I'm gonna start with my dip, so that we start negative and then positively. My dip, very obviously, it's gonna be how much time do we have left? It's just
Dip.
not much time in your lifetime. I'm so sorry.
44 days.
20. Yep.
I
You
guess
said
they
it.
know.
And Brooke is counting down those days, baby.
And I'm counting down with you. My sip, the song that I think is gonna do the best is Sky with Bara Bastu. And my refill, to be different, I will do Kyle Alessandro with Lighter.
Well, to echo some previous statements, my dip is very clearly how much time we have left.
What?
44 days and counting. Next, my sip. I mean, I feel like if we're not answering Bara Bada Bastu, we're probably just not being honest with ourselves at this point. So, Bara Bada Bastu, because I think they could win Eurovision. They are currently leading the betting odds at time of filming, so we'll see. For my refill, there's like 3 songs I'm playing a lot here, and since 2 of them have already been said, I'll go with my third option, which is "Bird of Prey" by Ziferblat for Ukraine.
Okay, and as for me, my dip, oh, still traumatized about that one. It's how much time do we have left? Like Klemen. My sip, copy paste Bara Bara Bastu by Kai. No surprise there. And then my refill. I know it's already been said, but I'll say it again. But my refill is gonna be Lighter by Alessandro. So literally same as Eduardo.
Yes.
Do I just sound like a broken record?
Yes.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, my dip is gonna be Slovenia. With honorable mention, because I was actually about to say Estonia. And honestly, I might just tie the 2 of them there because I don't like either one, frankly. My sip, because I think it might be a dark horse entry. I'm going to be different here, actually, with this one. I'm going to say Norway. Because I think he's got the vocal, he's got the dance break, he's got the performance, he's got the spirit of Alexander Rybak, apparently. And though we don't like the man, he does tend to do somewhat well at Eurovision. So you know what? Maybe I'm gonna say Norway, though I do think Kai is gonna do very well. My refill is actually gonna be someone different. And it's gonna be Spain because I love Diva. So that's where I'm at.
Diva, 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 diva,
diva, diva. Diva, 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 diva. Anyway. Well, that certainly was a video we just did. So, thank you for joining us for a very long video. Get ready for 3 more!
Yep.
Thankfully, we're not filming any more of them today. But with that being said, thank you for joining us for this first of 4 full season reviews for Eurovision 2025. We'll be back next weekend, same time, same place, same 5 of us to talk about the second half of semifinal 1. So let us know your refill, sip, and dip in the comments down below. Let us know your thoughts on all the songs. Thank you for joining us. Subscribe if you've not already, because if you've made it through 2 hours and 13 minutes of listening to us yap, then you like us a little bit. So subscribe would be really nice. Like the video, share with your friends that also like Eurovision. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure to check out in the description below all of our audio podcast links, as well as our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, our social media, and where you can get your merch, including but not limited to cup mug. With all that being said, I can't point anymore because I also have to click a button. So y'all are going to have to point without me. With that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So Europe, Australia, and the world, stop watching this video and go watch another one. Cheers.
Cheers, Melanie Webb. We love you.